in that cat. Pull up in that cat. Pull up in that cat. Pull up in that scat. Pull up in that cat. Pull up in that cat. Pull up in that scat.
What's going on YouTube? Back on Tap Mac, another video. I appreciate y'all rocking on me for another one. Look, before we jump into this video, make sure to subscribe to the channel and thumbs up these videos. I'm on the road to 1K right now, so every interaction helps. Today's video about to be a real versus fake comparison on the Travis Scott SB. I done did the low tops and the high top Jordan 1s already, so why not just do the bandana SBs? You know, if y'all want to keep seeing these real versus fake comparison videos, make sure to thumbs up and comment down below. Y'all show me some love so I can keep doing these. The main reason I do these videos is just for informational purposes, so y'all know what you're buying when the time do come that you want to grab a pair of these shoes. Let's jump into this video. All right, so jumping straight into the video, this is the authentic pair on the left, and this is the replica pair on the right. This is a special box that did come with the Travis Scott's, in fact, but a lot of replica pairs do come in this special box, so keep that in mind. I would say probably 8 out of 10 times when you see one of these boxes, the shoes probably are fake. This is the box that most skate shops and most like resale shops got on the shoes. So we can't really compare the two boxes because they're two different editions, but we can compare the tags and just go off the main differences. Now, this shoe is used, but keep in mind, these shoes are older. So you want to take all this stuff into account. Whether you're buying a dead stock pair of shoes, a non-dead stock pair of shoes, what's going on? You want everything to make sense. You know, if the shoes are coming worn and the box is looking, you know, like this, brand new, it might raise some red flags versus if you're getting a worn pair of shoes and the box is coming like this, the box clearly has some wear. It makes sense. So, you know, just always use common sense when you are buying these shoes. If the deal is too good to be true, it probably is. One of the main things that I'm noticing is the lettering and the words on the authentic label is just so much cleaner versus the replica pair. They're still legible, but they're not as clean. So right off the bat, the main difference is, I'm going to say, is these laces right here. On the authentic pair, the laces look like actual ropes versus on the replica pair, the laces look more like shoelaces that are designed like ropes. So just keep that in mind. You see how there's kind of fraying on the end, there's yarn. This shoe right here feels like, I'm not going to say leather, but it's really good quality. The replica shoe, the materials aren't quite the same. So, as you can see, as I've been wearing these shoes over time, the toe box, it's almost like a jean material. Versus on the replica shoe, it's almost like a, it's not really like a jean material. So just keep that in mind. Another thing with these shoes right off the bat, on the authentic pair, if you guys can't notice, this piece of the shoe where the shoelace goes through is actually lower on the authentic pair versus the replica pair. It's up higher. So you see from the top of the shoe, there's one eyelid, two eyelids, and then you see this piece where the shoelaces go through versus on the authentic pair, there's 3. So 1, 2, 3, and then you see this lace goes through the loop. There's no way for the second eyelid lace to go through the top loop. So keep that in mind on these shoes, you guys. 1, 2 versus 1, 2, 3. And that's where the lace goes through. So that's going to be one of the biggest giveaways on the Travis Scott SB. This is the authentic pair right here versus the replica pair. First thing standing out, this part right here is embossed. It's indented on the authentic pair versus on the replica pair. You can see it's more printed on. It looks way more printed on versus the authentic pair. You can tell it's heavily embossed in there, and it's really a part of like the shoe. It's a part of the design. Versus with this, it looks like it was just printed on. So keep that in mind. I'm talking about these Russian letters right here and how they're more embossed on this shoe. The bandana print material is a little darker versus on the authentic pair, it's a little more like a denim material. So, and the rope laces are going to be the day giveaway on these shoes, you guys. You see them side by side. It sits higher, and the laces are more like ropes on the authentic pair versus replica pair. They're definitely more like shoelaces that look like ropes. Flip the shoes around to the back. Authentic shoe, and this is a replica. I see the stitching on the back side. That's the authentic stitching. That's the replica stitching. That's how they look side by side. On the actual authentic shoe, if you see where it's embossed, there's also a double layer, it looks like. So it looks like it's embossed with writing on the inside as well. On this piece, you see how the C and the T right here, versus on the replica pairs, when it's embossed, there's nothing else inside of there. So you see this T right here and this K, they're embossed, but there's nothing inside, versus on the authentic pairs. Check that out. It's almost still consistent with the color before it was embossed. So you can tell it's kind of like a design, versus this one, it looks like it's actually stamped in. So that's a big difference. Also, the stitching on this back heel is way cleaner on the authentic pair versus on a replica. You see there's a piece right there. The stitching is not as clean. So definitely keep that in mind. Pay close attention to the embossing on the authentic pair. Super clean versus on the replica pair. That embossing does not look as clean. It's off. Especially the records, looks way off. It just doesn't look the same. So keep that in mind. This is an authentic pair. And this is a replica pair. This angle on the replica pair does not look the same as the authentic. This is an authentic pair, and this is a replica. That's what the tongue looks like on the authentic versus on the replica. Also, the material is totally different. This is suede, and this one, this is what the tongue tag looks like in comparison to the replica tongue tag. Also, there's a stitching imperfection on the top. It's just not as flush. So keep that in mind. Any stitching imperfections, because Bandana SB was a super limited shoe from Travis Scott, and it's really good quality. So there should be no imperfections on the shoe. Now for the back of the tongue, please notice how the stitching sits along this edge on the authentic pairs. It's not noticeable. Versus on the replica pair, you can see the stitching even looking in there. Then when you peel it up, it's even more prominent. This is authentic pair right here. Under the tag of the authentic pair looks like this, versus under the tag of the replica pair has some white marks where they lined it up from the factory. So you see, there should be nothing like this on the authentic pair. On the left is the authentic insole, and this is the replica insole. Right off the bat, y'all can see the main differences. I mean, look at this. You can peel this off. This is the authentic one. And you can see the style number and patent right there. Versus on the replica one, You see, you can't even read it. Flipping them over, they're almost identical, except for how it's cut. You see how jagged that's cut on this side right here. It looks all tore up. Mind you, I've worn these shoes, and look how clean this side is cut. That's the main difference right here. So the insole is obviously gonna tell all on the Nike SBs. This is what the inside of the authentic pair looks like. The stitching in there is on point. There's also a glue stain. On the replica pair, there's also a glue stain. But you see the stitching just looks way different on this side. Get my camera to focus. Stitching imperfections on the insole. So a lot of these replica shoes can't get that part right. Alright, so even though I have worn these shoes, you can still tell the major differences on the bottom. This R right here is not really prominent. Also, the Nike logo looks super clean versus on the replica pairs. You see on this replica pair, the R's are super prominent, and this N actually looks like an H. Alright, YouTube, so that's gonna wrap it up for the Travis Scott Bandana SB review video, authentic pair versus the replica pair. Comment down below, let me know what you think. Look, if y'all want more videos like this, then make sure to subscribe to the channel. Thumbs up this video.
Scat pack, I secure that bag, on my way to the cash. I need the racks, smoking on the exotic, smoking on the gas,